Christmas and Halloween are my two favorite holidays. I would say that I like them equally, but I do have to admit that most Christmas music does suck. So, I am here to provide you with some good Christmas music, or at least in my opinion, I think it's good Christmas music. These are all going to be metal Christmas albums. There's unfortunately not a lot of goth Christmas music out there, but if you are a metalhead, then these will probably be for you. So as many of you might know, Judas Priest is my favorite band, and Rob Halford has a Christmas album. He actually has more than one. This is my favorite one. It is Celestial by Rob Halford. It's got some of the classics and some originals. It's got some that are a little bit more toned down and relaxing, and then it's got some that are really heavy. Like Hark the Herald Angels Sing on here is really, really fun. Same with Deck the Halls. It's just a really good one. This is one of my probably top 3 Christmas albums. And if you like this one, then you could also check out his other one under the name Halford. I believe it is called Winter Songs. Now, Twisted Sister is another one of my very favorites. This is a Twisted Christmas. It's got, again, some originals and some classics. My favorite thing on here is probably Oh Come All Ye Faithful, and they also have a metal version of the 12 Days of Christmas, and I really love that too. So instead of stuff like 2 turtle doves, they've got 2 studded belts and things like that. It's really, really fun. I highly recommend it. Again, probably in my top 3 Christmas albums. I think you guys all know how much I like King Diamond. This is his No Presents for Christmas. It's not a full album, it's just a single, but it's really, really good, and so I always play it a lot this time of year. The front shows him with Rudolph. It's really fun. And then the back of the picture disc is what the original cover for this single looked like, since this is a repress. You can't really have Metal Christmas without Trans-Siberian Orchestra. You probably know them. I hope you know them. They have their probably most popular song, Christmas Eve Sarajevo, but then they also have stuff like Wizards in Winter. That's my favorite by them. It's not on this album. I believe that one is on The Lost Christmas. But they recently put this one out on vinyl, so you can get it on vinyl now if you're a vinyl nut like me. I think everything else you can get on CD though. Now this one is really cool. It's Have a Metal Christmas and a Headbanging New Year, and the whole thing is a double LP kind of compilation with tons of different metal artists working on it. So every song has like 5 different well-known metal artists on it, working together to put together these really cool Christmas songs. Some of them are really heavy, some of them are pretty classic, but in general this whole album is absolutely amazing. Some of the big names on here are like John 5, Lemmy Kilmister, Ronnie James Dio, Doro, Jeff Tate. There's a lot of really good ones. I highly recommend checking this one out. Some of my favorites on this one are Santa Claus is Coming to Town with Alice Cooper, and it's Santa Claus like Claus. And there's God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen with Ronnie James Dio singing. It's just so, so good. And this is Helix's Christmas album. They might actually have 2, I don't quite remember. But this one is still pretty fun, even though it's not super heavy. It still beats Mariah Carey's Christmas, so, I would definitely add it to your Christmas playlist if you need more, or something that probably won't drive the parents as absolutely insane. Now, this one is, again, just a single. It's not really a full album or anything. Obviously, it's too small for that. But it is one of my favorite metal Christmas songs. It's kind of like a metal Christmas anthem. It's a collaboration between Doro and Tom Angelripper. It's so good. It's really heavy, but it's still really nice. Like, I would just want to go on walks and listen to it in the snow. I highly recommend checking this one out. Unfortunately, you can't find the physical media very easily, but you can still find it on most streaming services. And then this one, kind of like Helix, is not super heavy. It is the Monster Ballads Xmas album. It's still got some pretty big names on it and is really fun to listen to. It's more classic sounding, like kind of classic heavy metal sounding or rock, but I still think it's worth throwing into this mix. Some of the big names on it would be like Skid Row, Winger, Queensryche, LA Guns, Dokken, Danger Danger. There's also Tom Keeper of Cinderella on here. I actually really like Cinderella. But it's really good. It's got a little bit more of a glam taste. There's also Billy Idol on here. He's not metal, but Billy Idol's still great. So this one's worth giving a shot. Unfortunately, this one I believe only comes on CD. I wasn't able to find vinyl for it, so if you're a big vinyl nut like me, that might be a bit of a disappointment. But you can still find used CDs for it, and you can still find it on streaming services. This is Grim Christmas. It is a black metal Christmas album. I don't think you can find it on most streaming services, but you can find it on Bandcamp and buy it digitally or buy the cassette tape. I believe they still have them for sale for $5, and it's really, really fun. It's mostly got classics on it. They're pretty short and sweet, but if you want something heavier than a lot of the ones I already listed, then this is probably the one for you. And you can't see it very well from over here. There's kind of like a black metal Santa on it. I'll see if I can get like a closer shot of it for you. Now these next two aren't necessarily metal Christmas albums. They're just regular metal albums, but personally I feel like they are Christmassy for some reason. I can't really explain why. But the first one is going to be Children of Bodom's Something Wild. I don't know if it's like the guitar solos sound similar to Trans-Siberian Orchestra or something. I don't know, but it just sounds Christmassy to me. I like listening to it when it's snowing. It's so, so good. So, you know, even though it's not a Christmas album, you might listen to it during this time of year and agree with me. And then the other one is Don't Break the Oath by Mercyful Fate. Me and my boyfriend both think this one sounds Christmassy, so we'll add it to our Christmas playlists and listen to it around this time of year. So who knows, maybe some of you guys will feel the same. And then as a bonus, if you don't know what to get your metalhead friend or significant other for Christmas, here's a few ideas. Patches to go on their battle jacket is always a good idea. Metalheads could put patches on everything. Pants, backpacks, literally anything. Like, you can't go wrong. Obscure bands on cassette. You can always find some on places like Bandcamp or Discogs, and, you know, I don't think that they would ever have a quarrel with that. They'd be like, oh, sweet, a band I haven't listened to before. Or maybe if they have listened to them, maybe they're excited to have a cool tape. Or vinyl or CD, you know, whatever media they prefer. Again, with ideas for battle jackets, or, you know, you could put them on more than just battle jackets, but studs or spikes. My favorite place to get them is from studsandspikes.com. I believe they are based in Washington, so if you live in the US, they ship pretty quick to you, and they're really good quality and I think pretty fair priced. Skulls are always a fun idea, you know, great home decor, great for, you know, cheesy black metal props. They're fantastic. This is a Springbok skull. I found this one at my local antique/thrift mall. You can usually find them at places like oddity shops or things like that. Or you can also oftentimes find them on Etsy shops if you don't have any places like that where you live. I would just check to make sure the shop is ethical before buying from them. Bullet belts are a great idea. I got this one from Studs and Spikes. They are real bullets, so they're nice and heavy and they look right, but they have been modified so that they aren't live anymore. So you can get them in different sizes and stuff, or you could even try to make your own. But again, these ones are nice because they aren't live ammunition, so you don't really have to worry about anything happening. Spiked gauntlets or bracers are also, I think, fantastic. I had these ones custom made for me because I am absolutely tiny and most online don't fit me, but you can always find a ton online or try and make your own. Again, Studs and Spikes has a lot of good resources for this, or there are lots of other websites that you can find them pre-made on, and with, you know, usually they have adjustable sizing. So, again, another great idea. Weaponry is always a good choice. You know, it's fun. I feel like all metalheads like stuff like this. Maybe it's just me, but I don't really think so. So, you know, you can get them an axe, a sword, a flail, a mace. You can kind of find that stuff all over the place online, or a lot of the times you can find it at gun shows or, again, oddity shops. If you're a metalhead, what do you want for Christmas? Or what would you add to my list of Christmas ideas? Or do you think they're even good ideas? I think they are.